In the previous video, we talked about the paradigm shift of moving from thinking psychologically to physiologically, and then discussed how to improve ability to focus, to save time, and how physiology, how your sleep quality, how the food you eat, and actually many other factors that we didn't have time to discuss, impact your ability to focus, to pay attention, to make decisions, and ultimately regulate how much time you spend on a particular project. Now, today I would like to continue this discussion and focus on hard problems. So a lot of people who are engaged in intellectual work, knowledge workers, not only executives, but many other people who have to use their mind to make the living, rely on their mind, and oftentimes encounter situations when we are stuck and we cannot solve a problem. And oftentimes in the corporate world, that translates to sitting behind a desk and working more and more and more. So I'd like to ask you to recall the last time you had a particularly hard problem that you could not solve. Now, what I have observed, oftentimes, it's about spending a lot of time. Now, if we look at what research says, we will see that actually one of the best ways to solve difficult problems is to fully and completely engage for a short period of time. And by the way, this is where the ability to focus and pay attention on 100% matters. And then you have to let it go. And by letting it go, it could be exercise, it could be taking a walk, it could be doing something very different, but essentially you're engaging a little bit different part of your brain. And this part of the brain, instead of linear, very rational thinking, it can bring together absolutely different ideas from sort of different parts of your brain. And in this way, it can provide a really creative solutions. And this is something that oftentimes is being completely ignored. The value of taking a break throughout the day, and more specifically, taking what I call high intensity interval recovery. And this is a methodology, a technique where an executive learns to provide a very fast, very efficient recovery so that in 10 minutes time, he or she feels energized and invigorated and ready to work. So it's hugely important to embed these recovery periods, not only because it provides recovery and energy for future work, but because it engages completely different parts of the brain that allows you to integrate things and allows you to come up with new creative solutions.